Congratulations, you found the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Very well. Where do I begin?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Reach for this one.
And now, a real hit show.
It's hump day.
Hump day!
Live from the Twin Cities, it's the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Hump day! Anybody?
It's hump day.
Let's get this hit show started.
And for many folks in the working world, they will have Friday off, I understand.
Yeah, that's crap.
So it's hump day. How would that work? It's beyond hump day for those folks.
It's ridiculous is what it is.
You got a problem there? You're switching,
Yeah,
you're reaching on the board.
Audio problem.
What's your problem, man?
I have audio problems, dude.
Why? What's going on?
I hate myself.
That's nice. Hey, it's the Twin Cities Hit Show. It is Wednesday, and I am Rusty Gatenby.
I'm Chuck Gollop, and with us is...
Colleen Justice.
Nice.
See, and I was going to say there is no justice, but today, actually, there is justice.
I'd argue there's no Doyle at this point.
Nope.
Yeah, she's married. There's no Doyle.
Now, you have to explain for people who don't know. Doyle is also part of Colleen's name.
Yeah, well, that's her maiden name.
Right.
But because you look so Irish, that's the name that always sticks to me. So Colleen Justice, well, you look like Buford T. Justice from whatever movie that was.
Wow, that's a compliment.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You look like a Doyle. And so I cannot get past calling you Colleen Doyle, but half the people don't know you.
Well, Colleen is Irish, too, so I think you can put those two together. It sounds better.
Yeah.
Is Doyle anywhere in your name anymore? Are you a hyphenate?
No, I didn't. You
So
know,
it's just Chuck. That's
Chuck is
Yeah.
the one. I made the mistake of putting Doyle on my Facebook page
Yeah.
just so people that know you as Doyle know it's you.
Oh, the stalkers,
Yeah.
so they can track you down from
I'm
your high
looking
school
for
days.
a stalker. No bite.
Apparently
No
you
one's
found
biting.
no. Apparently you
one's biting.
found one because I only know you as Colleen Doyle.
Please, you people who are young, do not go on my page, Colleen Doyle, or call this number, 612-479.
I'm home alone between Mondays and
Whatever you do,
Yeah.
do not come over and knock on the third window,
I will not answer
because I'll be naked in the window.
in the window.
Oh, that's not right.
You two just made me uncomfortable, and that's really hard to do. So nice job. Nice job.
And Colleen, you've been on the show before, and last
have.
time you were on the show, my reading glasses were fogging up, and now again, it hasn't happened, and now it's happening again.
I think it has to do with me.
Yeah.
And it's cold outside, but I guess it's kind of steamy in the studio now.
Bring it in
Hello.
heat.
It's humid. I can tell because my shoulder hurts. So, yeah, it's definitely on the humid side.
You know, I'm going to take one for the team. Today, I'm going to go to a matinee of Magic Mike XXL
Oh, good God. Wow.
by myself.
No.
How many people in the audience would go, well, did not know Rusty was gay?
No, we
No
knew.
one, they all knew. They'll be
We
like,
knew.
no, right.
Yeah,
No question.
perfect sense. Creepy
Of
man
course he's here.
by himself on a summer afternoon going to Magic Mike.
His glasses are all steamy.
Yeah,
It's weird.
exactly. Maybe that's why I'm steaming up in anticipation. No, I have to review it for WCCO. I do the Friday reviews on their mid-morning show.
Colleen watches every week.
Did you see the first?
Yes, the Steven Soderbergh directed one. Who
Okay.
He's a very talented director.
Sure. I didn't see either. I think those are the same people that went to 40 Shades of Grey. Or
Yeah.
was it 50
40 Shades.
Is
You're
it
off by
50?
10 shades.
Okay, no.
They're on the sequel. It's now 60 Shades of Grey. Yeah.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 50, it's probably about 3 shades of gray. The first Magic Mike, he had a little darker edge to it, because Steven Soderbergh is a talented director, so he wasn't out to make a chick flick. But now I guess they said, screw that! Let's fully embrace the chick flickedness. And
Right.
it's all about muscular men and their steamy glasses dancing away.
Gross.
The press
Steamy
screening...
glasses.
The press screening was Monday, the same night that we went to Terminator.
Yeah.
So we went to Terminator.
And
You went to
everyone-
Terminator.
And they're like, yeah, we totally knew those guys were gay.
Like I'm getting aroused by the shirtless Arnold.
I should not have sat on your lap. That's
Well, you were frightened.
yeah. I was. I was frightened
a
once I was
scary
sitting on
thing.
your lap.
But I was holding you. Why were you purring? That was just weird.
Well, and the whole popcorn box thing, it's so overplayed.
Did I have bratwurst here? Wait, why is it in the popcorn?
Gross, you guys.
So you want to hear a little bit of Channing Tatum talking about Magic Mike, and shall we vote? Is he a male airhead or not?
I have a question for you. If we said no,
Yeah.
what would you do?
I have a. What do you mean?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
no,
I want to see it.
Oh, I see. I thought you said if we say no, he's not an airhead. You're saying no, don't even play it.
No, I want to hear it. I'm just curious.
Why do you always have to be so chuckish?
I'm just being oppositional.
So chuckish.
No, I'm not.
Hey, everybody, here's Channing Tatum. Listen, I like the guy. I don't know how you guys feel about him. I thought he was hilarious and funny in the 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. But I don't know. Here.
Another one that one of the only reasons to actually make the movie, other than to try to keep the story going, is these guys. And I'm so happy because no pun intended, to give those guys a stage to go crazy on is the whole. You'll see it, and you'll be shocked at how fun and lovably kind of moronish they all are, and how much they're kind of trying to learn and change. No one's actually trying
He's
to
struggling for words there a little
He
bit.
said moronish. I don't know if that's even really a word.
Done.
He was about to say stupid, and he gave up. He said, what's a nicer word? I know, I'll make one up. Moronish. It is nicer. Not a word, but it is nicer. Here's a little bit more.
And that was sort of the idea that these guys are only sort of subscribing to the things that have happened in the past and not really trying to really do anything that is something that they think is cool, and
Anyone have a clue what he just said? I have
No.
and the whole idea is to try to find what's cool to you by in way of asking a woman what do they want,
Okay.
what do you want us to do, because we're tired of telling you that we think a cowboy in some chaps, some assless chaps you think that should be sexy, or just someone interesting,
Okay, alrighty then.
You know what? So, in other words, his 22 and 21 Jump Street character is him. Yeah.
Well, basically, someone put a cat laser on the floor, and then he jumped to the floor and started batting at it right after that interview.
Which that's also ironic that Chuck is wearing assless chaps today. You had no idea I was going to be running this, and look at you.
Yeah.
Better yet, don't look at him.
Yeah. Look at this.
Thank God
Look
for
at
the
Wait, check this
table.
out. Right here. Oh. Wow, he's dumb.
He is.
He's very nice though, and I have interviewed him a couple of times for the Jump Street movies, and he's very nice. But when I was trying to cue up some sound bites for the WCCO bit, I'm struggling. Wait, you're losing me as he was fighting for words.
Yeah.
But all right.
I think if he has a sense of humor about how ridiculous he is, it's always tolerable. It's when dummies like that try to make what they're doing really important. And he knows it's silly and stupid. He stopped himself from saying it, but he knows.
He got props for me. He was on Howard Stern the other morning, and he said he hated the G.I. Joe movie, his first starring movie. And I'm like, oh, good. I did too.
Yeah. That sounds horrible.
I actually forgot that he did that.
Yeah. You're wearing a
So,
shirt today. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, a prop. She's wearing a prop from the movie.
Her fashion has military overtones. Colleen's fashion. It's a little jacket with you're a sergeant?
I guess.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Whatever that is. She's in charge is what she's trying to tell us.
Sergeant of American Eagle or the Gap?
Old Navy.
Old Navy. Well, no, totally military. Because if you were a major at J.C. Penney, I would have no respect.
Coles.
Coles.
Yeah.
The first part of this little hit show of ours, we like to update a little bit. We like to update a little bit of what happened overnight and such. We're getting a little tired of the prison escapees. They've been caught. One of them shot. But there is more information, as we've all been saying on the show. There's going to be more information on how these two yeehaw murderers escaped. Here's the latest from the prison escapee update.
Clinton County District Attorney Andrew Wiley confirms that Sweat told police that he never used power tools, only a hacksaw blade to cut through steel cell block walls and steam pipes. Sweat admits he and Matt conducted a practice run of their prison break the night before they escaped. Top prison officials have been placed on paid administrative leave. A New York State official tells CBS News those prison executives include Superintendent Stephen Reset, First Deputy Superintendent Donald Quinn, and Deputy Superintendent for Security Stephen Brown. Reset led New York Governor Andrew Cuomo on a tour of the prison following the inmates' escape.
How did they do that? Chisel the blocks out?
9 security staffers at the prison have also been placed on paid leave.
They did a bad thing.
Yeah, so they had some help.
Yeah.
And some stupid oversight, some Barty Fife.
Well, it sounds like they got really lax, and that's everything I've read says that.
You sound off mic a little bit.
Yeah, I do.
Which one is you?
I'm the I'm white.
You're white. Well, no.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's much better. So, yeah, it sounds like they've been really lax. They've never had an escape, and they were holding. People have been interviewed who used to work at the prison saying we were just going back because no one's ever broken out. We really got lax. We all saw this coming.
They basically did the escape the night before. They said they did a practice run. Oh, they went through the tubes and all that the night before. Yeah. So they escaped twice.
Nice.
And why? At what point during the practice run do you think this is going well? Let's just go with this.
I know. We're out.
No.
We did it. Let's go back.
Right. Oh my God, amazing. This is going to work great.
And their time with freedom sounded torturous. The one guy had blisters on his feet, and so hope you enjoyed your time in the woods.
Well, there are going to be more people on the inside that were helping them. It wasn't just those 2 knuckleheads.
That's why, all these 9 total now prison employees are on suspension and being investigated, including the top 3.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, so there is no Shawshank Redemption for these guys. They're not on a beach in Mexico.
Brooks was here.
Although I always try to put myself in their position, and if I were ever in prison for the rest of my life, every day would be spent thinking about how to get out. That's how I would. My brain would be like, okay, this is how it's going to happen because there's no way.
I'd get my law degree. That's what I'd do.
Message to people who will be incarcerating Colleen Justice: keep an eye on her.
Don't go after this one. She's fired.
But I have to seduce some laundry workers.
The old, she got us again with the pillow over the blanket, fake body trick.
The Ferris Bueller snoring thing.
She fashioned out of soap.
Whittled.
You wear uniforms well. Just dress up as a guard. Hi. Yeah, I just started today, but I got to go home for lunch. Bye. Might not work. So, horrible news, and I didn't know this. There was a church burning overnight, and there have been 7 church burnings since the big shooting massacre in Charleston. It's like, really? Really?
Federal investigators are on the scene right now of a new fire at an historic black church in the South. Flames destroyed the Mount Zion AME Church overnight in Greeleyville, South Carolina. Ku Klux Klan members burned down the same church 20 years ago.
There have been 7 fires at black churches across 5 states since the Charleston church shooting 2 weeks ago.
20 years ago, in June of 1995, the house of worship was set on fire by 2 men with ties to the Ku Klux Klan.
Thank you.
President Bill Clinton spoke at its restoration a year later.
We see in the rebuilding of this church that the false idols of hatred and division did not win.
Since last month's massacre at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, 7 black churches in the South have burned.
So it's like, really, you racists?
Yeah.
Stop it already.
I can't believe only
Stop
20
it.
years ago that thing was burned down the first time.
And from the video from overnight, it looks like this time it cannot be rebuilt.
That's terrible. The thing, too, is that people have to remember, these are fringe weirdos. It just makes it seem like, oh, it's just this revolution kind of thing coming. It doesn't take much. It takes a couple of stupid hillbillies to get some lighter fluid and the gumption to do it. And
I agree, but so I thought, okay, 1 church, that's horrible.
Right.
But I didn't know there was 7 churches so far since that event that these yahoos are going out setting fire to churches. It's like, come on already. And then just the whole, well, let's discuss whether the rebel flag should be flown. And take it down.
Yeah.
Take it down.
People ask why I'm not religious, and that's because I say that religion leads to a lot more problems than it does helping.
Well, yeah,
things.
that's been going on since the dawn of man, that religion has been the source of more wars than anything.
My brother's big wheel growing up had the Confederate flag. It was a Dukes of Hazzard big wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was a racist,
He's
and
a
I'm putting it together.
Toddler racist.
They posted a thing on my Facebook. There's this guy who took the General Lee with the Confederate flag, and he got rid of the Confederate flag and put on the rainbow flag. And and
well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you see it was Gore, Clinton Gore's, when they were running, they actually used the Confederate flag in one of their ad type things with their names on it. Yeah, it was just kind of like, it was a Southern thing. It wasn't, they obviously weren't making a stand on.
Is that for real, or is that internet hokum pokum?
I think I just made it up right now.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I think the Confederate flag has fallen out of our acceptability list much more quickly than some other symbols. I mean, most of us look at it and go, oh, that's uncomfortable, that's not. And then, like, maybe in the last 10 years, we're like, no, that's totally wrong. And then within months, it's like, get rid of that thing.
Oh, but yeah, because of the massacre. That's what it was.
Right,
9 people
absolutely.
shot in a church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now it's like, okay, we're done. Can we be done with this now and forget well, that's not necessarily what it means. What it really means, bullshit. We all know.
Okay, here it is. 92 Confederate buttons weren't ours. Former Clinton aide. A campaign button bearing the Confederate flag and emblazoned with the words Clinton Gore sold for $8 on eBay, but according to a longtime aide to former President Bill Clinton, the button was not an official campaign item.
It was unofficial.
Yeah, I've never seen these buttons. Contraband. Oh, here it is, too. That's pretty funny, yeah. Clinton Gore, Sons of the New South with the Confederate.
So someone on their own gumption put that together.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it didn't have a union bug, we weren't making them, he said, and we definitely weren't handing them out. So the button in question, other similar designs for sale or sold on eBay, does not show indication of being union made. So it looks like it was,
He had Clinton had the FBI buttons, the federal booby inspector ones that he did hand out knowingly.
Oh, that's funny. That's not surprising at all.
I just made that up too.
Yeah, I know. It's good though.
Now, on the plus side, one of the greatest moments for any president, I thought, in light of what happened, was this moment with Obama.
Sing praise.
Did you not hear this?
No.
How sweet the sound.
I thought it was very powerful.
He can't sing, but other than that, yeah.
Where was this?
So this was at the memorial for the 9 people who were killed.
I knew he did the eulogy. I didn't know he sang.
Yeah, he shouldn't.
It was unexpected.
Right.
Very unexpected, I'd say.
Oh, come on.
He
now.
sounds like, if you're like napping and your kids jump on you, he sounds like an.
You'll have to see the video. And the whole thing in context was a home run. Will he win the next American Idol? Maybe, because he'll be a former president.
Yeah.
You might get the love factor.
He's a little pitchy.
He's a little pitchy.
Thanks, Paula.
Can you actually sing? You're throwing out words that make it sound like you can sing.
No, I can just watch American Idol.
Oh.
That's what I can do.
Anyway, you look at the video. I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet. It went viral. It was a big deal. Imagine George W. trying to sing. What would he sound like? I'm just a good old boy. See?
Well, that's just cliche. He was a big opera. He came up through the opera.
He was a Bohemian Rhapsody.
Opry.
Did you hear
Sorry,
that?
Opry. I misspoke.
You talk about people that shouldn't be singing Bohemian Rhapsody. It was Kanye West singing that
Here it
song.
is.
Oh, you did have it. It's amazing.
No.
I just killed a man.
You're killing my soul.
Put my gun up to his head. Pull the trigger, now he's dead.
Here he goes.
Mama.
He doesn't even try.
Like that.
That's moving.
Is this done tongue in cheek?
No. Does he do anything tongue in cheek?
And then they cut to the real Freddie. No, this is going viral on YouTube.
Oh,
don't. You're just no.
It really shows that Kanye is not a singer.
No. Barely a rapper.
And that's hence
barely
the
a
auto-tune.
person.
Auto-tunes is not just a style for him.
No.
It's a necessity.
life.
Wow. He's an amazing person, though. I mean, he's done so much for the community.
I love
Just really a neat guy.
By the way,
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury, I thought had one in a lifetime, one in a million, billion, gajillion voice. But there are Freddie Mercury people who sing like him. Here's a guy. This is his home video, and
Somebody to Love audition. Here we go. With the Dirty Stash.
he's got a Freddie stash.
Each morning I get up, I tie a little. Can barely stand on my feet.
It's just like he's shooting it on like his phone.
Lord, what you doing to me? I spent all of my years in believing you, but I just can't get no relief. Lord, somebody.
Right?
Yeah, really good. I love that.
It's like the guy from the Philippines who now sings for Journey.
Journey. It's amazing.
And that documentary is an awesome documentary, by the way. Here's that same guy. I'm going to have to look up his name with his band. He does a tribute band. That's pretty darn close
Absolutely.
to
I
spot
wouldn't
on.
be able to tell the difference.
Also going viral is a home video from Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, singing Happy Birthday.
Singing Happy
I saw
Birthday
that.
when she was like 14
Yep.
years old, because there's a new Amy Winehouse documentary coming out that supposedly is quite good, although her father is saying it's painting him in a bad light. But here's Amy singing Happy Birthday when she
It's my 14th birthday evening and party. Yes,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Laura. Happy birthday to you.
I like how the other 14-year-olds just give up.
Do you
They're
think
like,
that- And then
okay.
when she went to the bathroom, I'm like, why does that bitch always have to break out in song and try to make us look like jerks? You know, they're
'Cause they-
rolling their eyes again.
they-
Oh, there she goes.
They start together,
Yeah.
and then they're like, I'll give
Here
up.
she goes.
Amy's got to
You
be
forgot.
Amy.
It's all about you.
Did you hear the list of the richest celebrities have been released? And Taylor Swift was not wasn't top 5. She got beat by Katy Perry. The top of the list, no surprise, is the Floyd Mayweather made $300 million with that one fight.
Yep.
Pacquiao made $160 million, so he is third. But second. Number 3 is Katy Perry. She made $135 million.
Nice.
And they're saying it's because she does a lot of tours in Europe and is making a ton of dough internationally.
That's it. I need to move to Europe.
And Taylor Swift
They
only
pay
made
better.
like $80 million. Poor girl.
She came from money, too.
Taylor?
Yeah. Her parents were
Oh.
loaded.
Did you hear
Double
the?
gross.
Did you hear the spoof of Bad Blood? By the way, it's pretty funny. I'll play a little bit of it.
This song is all about Katie, because that dumb bitch betrayed me.
Taylor, you psycho, don't blame me for the fact you're freaking crazy.
To tell the truth, I'd rather be back on the mean streets of Compton selling crack. It's crack. Than be rapping on this generic lame pop track. About how Katie jacked some dancers to tell you that's whack. I had 3 great backup dancers who danced on my tour. Then Katie stole all of them. Gotta hate that bitch. Screw her. You sound like a baby. That's not a big deal. Plus Katie didn't steal. She just offered them my job. Tell you that's for real. I've run out of men to write about.
It's a guy who's doing this, and he's in drag, looking all Bruce Jenner-like, all Caitlyn-like.
I don't even know this song for
No,
real.
me neither.
6 million people have seen the spoof on YouTube.
Right.
I mean, that's a hit.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't know any of the new pop
No,
stuff.
nor do
don't
I.
let my
Yeah.
kids listen
You're
to
not
it.
that old.
You
Come
don't let your kids
on.
listen to it?
Not because of I'm
Oh,
against it. It's
tell me
because
more
it
about
sucks.
this. Yeah, oh,
I
tell me
just
more
try
about
to have them listen to good music.
Yeah. Turn that off. You turn that garbage
I know,
off.
It's the worst.
Speaking
Long-haired
of
hippie freaks.
Huh? Speaking of hippie freaks, Tommy Ryman is joining us.
Yeah.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi, Tommy. First guest return. This is not Courtney. This
No.
is not Shannon. This is Colleen.
We know each
This
other?
is-
We go way back.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you surprised? Did I warn you that we were going to have a guest host?
I didn't know who it was. I wasn't sure who it was going to be. I was excited. It was like a mystery.
And he was super, and he was
Colleen,
thrilled.
Yay!
Thrilled.
So
Poof, it's
excited.
Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you, we were in Mexico
I
together.
know. The
Yeah.
Grateful Dead stage. I
Now-
opened for him.
Now we're in a room
No, we're in a
It's
room.
gloomy outside.
It's gloomy and the air conditioner doesn't work.
With crappy air conditioning. The
Yeah.
Mexico thing, is that a bit for Minnesota comedians to go to Mexico?
Well, it's the Acapulco Comedy Festival, and the person who hosted Stand Up Records, which is based out of Minnesota. So I think like it just happens. Like a lot of people from Minnesota end up going out there.
Yeah.
But-
Please tell me it's during the winter.
It's
March, isn't it?
April.
Mid-April.
Oh, yeah. So spring breaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't it end up at Gus Lynch's parents' place?
Yep, Gus
Yeah.
Lynch and
So-
Dan started it. So
Yeah, the late Gus Lynch.
So they have a place down in Acapulco, and they say, "Come on down and rock at my place."
Well, no, they get us the places, but it's like kind of like home base. Just everybody hangs out there. It's gorgeous.
yeah,
It's amazing.
This is a fun time.
We're jealous and we hate you, so shut up.
How are the crowds?
Great.
They're fun. Yeah.
A lot of tourists, I guess.
Well, actually, it seems, and that was my first year doing it, and you've done it a couple of years, but
Yeah.
it seems like every year it gets bigger, and there's almost like a little cult following. Like,
Yeah.
It was one woman recognized me from the Joke Joint.
Oh,
and
really?
but she lived there now and moved there, and it's kind of
It's a lot of rich white people. There's people from like Aspen. They're all hiding their money. I think they're out there watching comedy shows.
Yeah.
It's hard to, because I've known some Minnesotans who've tried to move and live down there.
Yeah.
And they gave up, both of them. You know, after about a year or more, they were like,
"It's too warm.
Okay, we're done."
Why?
Things are don't run as smooth. The
Yeah.
infrastructure and the shopping and and your apartment and your all that
It
stuff.
sounds like it'd be exciting though, because the cost of living's way down. So you're like, yeah, I can throw up my business, but I'm sure once you get there, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
My mom was just petrified that I was going out there because when you see Mexico, you think like drug lords and severed heads, and but she
Not
was,
according to Donald Trump.
No.
Oh wait,
Yes,
that is
actually.
according to Donald
That's where
Trump.
she
Never
gets her
mind.
news. And so it was funny. She was just, I had to like text her daily, like not murdered, still not murdered, still.
Oops, murdered.
Oh, wait, nope, still not murdered. False alarm.
Murdered someone.
Yeah.
Colleen
Saw
murdered
murder.
somebody, but
Saw murdering.
it was fun.
It was fun.
Well, let's do a little news around the world, and you guys can comment in. But events happening around the world here on the Twin Cities hit show from overnight. They've announced that our relationship with Cuba is full steam forward, which I think is great. I'd love to go visit Cuba.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Here's the latest from Cuba.
And it is official. President Obama will announce today the United States is ready to open an embassy in Cuba. The island nation will also set up an embassy in Washington.
All right. And they say travel is going to be pretty much open. The sticking point, since the point of conversation is the United States wants Cuba. They want to sit down and talk about human rights violations. They want to talk about some of our criminals that are hiding in Cuba right now. And Cuba just wants all the economic sanctions lifted, which it sounds like we're going to be okie dokie with lifting those sanctions as long as these human rights conversations happen. And
There's a lot of people in prison over there, isn't there?
yeah, and that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that whole Gitmo Bay thing, too.
Tom Hauser got to go down with the Minnesota Orchestra, and he said it is a bit of a time warp because their vehicles, most of them are from the 50s.
Yeah.
They never had to deal with road salt, so they're not
Beautiful.
rusted
They're
out.
pristine.
Wow.
Yeah. I've heard the same thing. And something about like people now that going over there and trying to buy these cars and it's,
Collectors,
I
I
love
bet.
it. I would love
That's
that.
fine. They have a crazy time unwrap things from the 50s.
Back in the day of Godfather 2 and Scarface, Cuba was a big vacation destination with the lavish resorts.
Haven't you seen Dirty Dancing Havana Nights?
Oh, no.
It's basically
Should we?
just like that.
Is it at the IMAX?
Just
Yeah.
like that.
3D.
Well, I like the Buena Vista Social Club, so maybe they'll have a new CD coming out.
That is, in fact, who we're listening to.
Very nicely done, yeah.
You, a punk rocker, knows the Buena Vista
Oh,
Social
love
Club?
it, yeah, and there were a bunch of knockoffs, actually. Yeah.
What do you mean they're a bunch of knockoffs?
A bunch of the guys from the Buena Vista Social Club went off and made solo albums. I have Ibrahim Ferreira.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're boring me. Speaking of boring, no, I didn't say that. Women's soccer is close to a world championship.
The U.S. women's soccer team needs just one more win to be world champions after a thrilling World Cup semifinal victory. The Americans beat Germany, the top-ranked team in the world, 2-0 last night. What a game it was. Tens of thousands of American fans were there to cheer
Tens
them
of
on.
hundreds.
Others celebrated in Chicago's
Tens of
Lincoln
people.
Park and all across the country.
Well, they're not the champions yet. They got one more game to go.
Is this Kanye West in the background?
Is that Kanye singing? You beat me to the joke. It's going to be so great.
I do think it's awesome, and we all remember Brandi Chastain, right? Because she ripped her top off.
Right.
That's the only reason I remembered her.
No, I want to hear
soccer.
more about
Yeah.
Brandi Chastain ripping her top
Don't
off.
you remember that?
No.
That was her
Yeah,
thing.
they replayed that a lot.
I do that in my comedy. That's my thing.
Oh, really?
That's
I don't
how
follow
only-
sport ball, so I don't really know.
She had a sports bra on. Her boobies weren't flying around, Chuck. Come on now. But I think it's awesome, obviously, that women's soccer is potentially going to be the world champion. But you don't see, if it was the men's, I think it'd be a bigger deal. I think if it was a different sport, obviously it'd be a much bigger deal, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to tell me that soccer is the next best thing, and it's just coming up, and I just don't see it happening.
Well,
It's
in
just
the
so-
world, it is.
Right.
We're alone in our boredom with it.
I don't like sports that can have a tie.
Yeah.
That's, it's just
And,
all-
and the tie could be 0-0.
Exactly.
It's like nothing
No.
happened.
No.
Let's go to the highlights. He almost scored. Here's another highlight. And then again, he almost scored.
That happened.
Anyway, good luck to the ladies' soccer team. Can you get on the internet? Do they play tonight? Does that happen tonight? Oh, wait, you better not. Are you going to mess things up over
No, I don't know.
Obviously, I think it'd be super cool if they win. The video, by the way, that they show to the fans celebrating in Chicago's Lincoln Park, you get the camera was zoomed into this. There was a big screen, a bunch of people jumping down, including two like typical frat boys. Yeah! And I'm like, really? You're really that concerned? And then it widened out, you could see that it was sparse.
Oh,
so
no.
then the camera slightly goes back in. But when it was framed correctly, it was like, oh, wow.
This is insane. Everybody's about this.
Mayhem.
Scooch it a little tighter. But I just got a kick out of the frat bros going cray-cray.
Burning cards.
Ladies soccer, yeah! And then they turned over their bicycle and set it on fire.
My extensive
The
search.
pedal pop.
The pedal pop.
Yeah.
Nicely. Nice. My extensive search reveals I have no idea when they play next.
Huh. Because they beat the number one team, Germany, last night, and now they're in the finals, and the finals are coming up. But we'll get that to you, right? We'll
Yeah,
search for
whoops.
that. There's an ongoing Uber crisis in the world.
What?
Speaking of turning over vehicles and such.
Oh, yeah.
In France, they're turning over Uber vehicles and setting them on fire. The taxi cab union is very upset, and that has spread to the United States, including in New York today. They're protesting. Again, it was funny. They said, full disclosure, though, these protesters in front of City Hall in New York City, they were paid a free lunch to protest. So Uber, the company, was like, the taxi union was like, hey, we need some protesters today.
Well, that's
Who
not
wants
unusual.
Subway?
That's not unusual.
That's just good marketing.
That's how protests work.
Yeah,
Again, the people.
you're Irish and from Chicago. You know union. Tell us more.
All the biggest movements were started by snacks, really. That's what happened. That's history.
This protest sponsored by Frito-Lay.
Like, yay.
Zebra cakes. Little Debbie's.
I am outraged by this.
They're getting ready for the protest line. You hear the crinkling of wrappers as they're trying to get their little Debbies out. Hold on.
I am totally against Planned Parenthood, but I got things to do today. I have Cheetos. Oh, I'm totally there.
I'll be right there, guys.
Cheetos? Damn you, abortion clinic! Anyway, here's what's happening with
Well,
Uber.
the problem is that taxi drivers have been basically rioting, turning over cars, setting them on fire, and saying, hey, you promised a certain rule of law. Uber is not respecting that and doing what it wants. So there's a political need for them to appease the taxi drivers and perhaps to try to set some rules of the road.
In the meantime, Uber is poised to become this billion-dollar company.
It's huge.
All right, so I'm going to sound ridiculous. Basically, Uber is what? You can just have your car be a taxi?
Yeah,
Like I can.
yeah.
That sounds like a recipe for horrible things.
Well, one of our comedian buddies who inspired me to get a new car to drive for Uber, I thought I'd drive for Uber and have a little fun. He's like, 2 people have puked in my car and I cannot get rid of the smell.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
Oh.
you can make some huge money, especially if you're really good at working the system. This is Michael Thorne, who's really good.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, I go during a surge time and it's like quadruple prices because there's a show going on. So just make sure you're in that area at that time. And, you know, you make some big money. The problem is people puke in your car.
Right.
I've had great luck with Uber, and I thought maybe correct me if I'm wrong, that the drivers had to have a certain quality of car.
Yeah, it has to be a certain date.
Yeah,
within 10 years, and
your
inspected.
beater,
Yeah, you're not going to
out
get
thing.
picked up at a...
Hey, hop on in.
It's spray
Is that
painted
from
Uber
Cuba?
on the
That looks
side.
like it's from Cuba. Did you just get that?
Yeah.
That's nice.
You're pounding in the truck. Who's in the truck?
Never mind. Where are you going?
Help yourself to any of the food and the wrappers in the back seat. Help yourself.
We use Uber now all the time.
Do you
And,
really?
yeah, it's on my phone. You just hit it, and the beauty is you never exchange money once they have your debit card or credit card.
Yeah.
So it's like a painless. Well, that ride home from Mankato cost me nothing, and then you see later, it cost me $200.
That's what I've always heard is people complaining about how inconsistent the pricing is, and you're thinking, $30, and it's like $500.
They show you though.
Yeah.
They give you an estimate.
Okay.
And I love the little map that shows the car inching towards your destination.
Yep.
It's like a little video game.
Little picture of your car and your driver.
Yeah, and you have to agree to the surge prices and stuff.
Yeah.
I just take them around. I'll probably just go for. I just like to meet people, and ride in cars, and then you can follow where the car's going. And then you can call another Uber from that Uber, and then I get into that Uber. It's just a big day.
It's
of
basically
Ubers for me.
everything your parents told you not to do.
Fun.
It goes against your parents told you never to get into a car, but everyone's doing it, so it's okay.
See, this is as shady as a taxi.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Those are just a stranger driving.
I don't
It's just
drive
a yellow
taxis
car.
either.
You don't. Well,
Or ride
Well,
them.
yeah, don't drive.
How do you get
need
around?
licensing.
I'm a car owner.
She has a minivan. She's a mother of 12.
I just got tired of this ride home from the bar. I was like, I don't.
Yeah. Well,
And I drive drunk.
Yeah.
That's
As you
the other
should.
thing.
Yeah. And well, that's the other weird thing. See, I used to be a cop, so I drive strangers around all the time. The difference is now I can't assault them.
Well, those surge prices were terrible, too.
Yes,
You'd get there, and then you'd get the bill like, what?
Yeah.
What? That is way more.
And the accommodations. The accommodations were...
And they don't even drop you off at home. You have to stay at their weird Uber place.
They took all my shoes. They take your shoestrings.
Take your shoe. Yeah. It cost me.
I'm never riding with you again. Well, maybe 2 or 3, 4 more times until I get help. Speaking of cars, did you hear about the lady the other day? I think this broke this morning. She was 9 months pregnant, decided she was going to take a shortcut home in the wilderness, and then this happened.
A California woman and her newborn are safe this morning after a dramatic birth in a remote forest east of Chico. Amber Pangborn felt contractions when she was driving Wednesday, but she got lost on a back road. Well, with no cell phone service or gas in her car, she delivered her own daughter in the back seat. Then the pair spent 3 days surviving on 4 apples, water, and soda. Pangborn then used a lighter and hairspray to start a signal fire.
Fire just went whew, and the whole side of the mountain just caught on fire, and I was looking at Marissa, and I was just I think Mommy just started a forest fire. I was just crying, I was just so happy because I thought we were going to die. I was just so glad that someone finally seen us.
I have one word.
Crews responding to the fire found the mother and daughter. Both were taken to the hospital and are okay this morning.
So many things wrong with that.
Charles Darwin predicted this ended just a little differently. This should have been the end of that entire bloodline right there.
You're 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
You have no gas.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go for a ride.
She wasn't sharing that apple with the baby.
Yeah.
It was she hogged all the food.
Let's arm wrestle for it, bitch. Ooh, I won. How about 2 out of 3? I won again.
And then she starts a forest fire.
The whole side of the mountain went up.
Oh my god. It's so flammable, those flammable things.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Thank you.
I thought it was a bear helped her deliver the baby.
Only you can prevent wounded pregnancies.
Do you want to do the home birth, or do you want to do the side of the mountain walk for 3 days birth? It's very exciting. Your baby will be it'll already have some camping skills later in life. We really recommend this. It is slightly terrifying, but you get 4 apples. So
and some water.
Sweet.
And a free helicopter ride probably when you get rescued.
It's kind of the new thing, and it's home births were a thing for a while. Now it's this.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow. As she sings to the baby a lullaby, if a bear comes, it's who's the faster runner. I'm just saying.
Survival of the fittest.
Catch! Well, congratulations, Mom and baby are just
If that
doing
happened to
well.
me, I would never tell anyone because it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
You've
no.
never. Everyone thinks you're the stupidest person in the world. I would just be like, "This is our secret, baby, right? When we get out of here, do not tell anybody."
Well, I declare I've never been on this wooded road. Let's go for a ride.
That's Santa? No.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk comedy. Comedy.
Comedy.
All right, we're going to be right back.
The Twin Cities Hit Show. We'll be right back.
MacMen. Don't let your computer problems drive you mad. We are MacMen, Minnesota's premier tech consultants and problem solvers for Macs, mobile devices, troubleshooting, training, and much more. No more dragging your computer all over town because we come to you. We love making house calls to your home or small business. MacMen. Call 612-345-8005.
The term foodie can sometimes come across as a tickle pretentious. BT and Lydia are here to demystify the term and reclaim it for the sake of good food. Their weekly podcast brings in fellow foodies and culture creators from the Twin Cities to talk about all things food. Find this duo only on the Alive and Social Network.
It's been a Twin Cities food legend for almost 30 years. It's been the anchor for the Minneapolis Warehouse District since it opened. And you may not know that the Loon Cafe can provide their outstanding creations and much, much more for your gathering, whether it's a private party or corporate event. For custom catering beyond the menu, contact the Loon Cafe. They'll create foods that will amaze your guests. Leave the cooking to someone else. Contact Brian at the Loon Cafe for your catering needs. Call 612-332-8342 or visit looncafe.com.
The Rusty Gatenby Review is the entertaining show about entertainment from movies, music, and more. Award-winning TV guy Rusty Gatenby and his review is the podcast with the biggest cast in entertainment, part of the Alive and Social Network. You can get that Minnesota connection to Hollywood and beyond any time of the day or night simply by clicking on the RustyGatenbyReview.com. That's the RustyGatenbyReview.com, part of the Alive and Social Network.
You're listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show. Say it fast 3 times. We just dare you.
And there he is, the President of these United States, announcing the U.S. and Cuba agreement to open embassies.
He's singing it, though.
I tell you what.
We're gonna open the gates to Cuba.
You're way too on key. Don't. That was seriously horrible.
He needs Ricky Ricardo to lead a band behind him, and then he'll be all set.
So, like, is this now the time you can find a Groupon and, like, start scoring a trip there? Is it
pretty damn soon,
open?
I think, yeah.
I was going to just raft it over. That's how that works, right?
It works about
I think that's how that
70%
works.
of the time.
20%. I don't think it's up to 70 yet.
Tie a bunch of tires together.
Yeah, that's a good call.
So also happening on the internet that I found today is Chris Pratt. He was recently on Saturday Night Live, and they, I guess, every episode, there are skits that don't make the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they trick them out with costume, and they do a rehearsal and sets and everything. This is one that did not make the show, and let's see if we can decide whether it should have or not. He's doing a fake commercial playing with a bald cap, playing action hero Jason Statham.
Oh, I saw this.
All right, here it comes.
And cut! Great job, Jason.
Oh, thanks, Kent. Did all right. Hello. I'm action movie star Jason Statham. And whether I'm shooting a big fight scene or shooting a big talking scene, I need a healthy snack that gives me a boost of energy. And that's why now, there's Jason Statham's. Jason Statham's. Nature's own flat steak. How do you eat the Steakums? Easy. Once they're hot, bring them up to your mouth, normally. Put the Steakum inside the open space that your mouth makes. You feel some pressure on the roof of your mouth and along the top of your tongue.
Who's feeling awkward right now?
I love him. I don't care what he says. I love him.
Now, open and close your mouth if you were talking.
It feels like he's bombing, though, doesn't it?
Say,
Not a lot of laughter.
Jason Statham's.
It's funny.
When you feel like you've said it 4 to 6 times, simply push a steak into the back of your throat, and congratulations. You've just eaten your first steak.
Can I get your autograph, Mr. Statham?
No. No.
To clarify, who do you love, Chris Pratt or Jason Statham?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
my daughter has a crush on him.
He's just he's just
he's
funny
everywhere.
and cute, but he doesn't act like he's cute, and he can be fat and he can be cut. I just love him.
And he has the timing where, I mean, not this bit necessarily. He could do comedy, it seems like,
Absolutely.
as a stand-up.
Park and Recs, he was great in. He's just naturally funny.
Yeah, and even like off camera, like the behind the scenes of Parks and Rec, he was always like funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's impressive. I was like, he was always like I was there. Like
Yeah,
me
yeah.
and Pratt were hanging out. Man, he had me chuckling.
yeah.
Oh man, back in my Parks and Rec days that I was never on that show.
Kills me.
My buddies, Amy Poehler and I, always hanging out.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
Well, he's having a heck of a year, obviously. Jurassic World, hello,
Right.
Guardians of the Galaxy. And then they did announce the name of the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Havana Nights.
Oh.
No.
They should have. No, it's... Wait for it. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, clever.
Oh, nice.
I like how they
classic. Yeah,
it's like
so
they take the first one and they change it up just a little.
Is Lego Movie going to be Lego Movie 2 as well?
I don't know. They'll have to have a meeting.
He just has huge hits coming up,
Yeah.
too. Like,
Yeah.
he just has to be like, yep, and that's going to make $1 billion, and that's like, that's crazy.
And he's in conversation to be the next Indiana Jones.
That's weird. I would like that, but I'm like, you can't give him every give some other people
sure.
like
He's too
amazing
funny.
characters.
Yeah.
But I
He's
don't know
going to
who
be
else
Batman and Superman.
Yeah, Chris Pratt is everything.
I feel like Jeb Bush or somebody deserves a part. That was it.
Jeb
never
Bush?
Mind. I don't know. Never mind.
That was a stretch.
As it's leaving my mouth, I'm thinking, I wish I could take that back.
This will
but
be
it
a moment
did.
that we cut out of the show.
Yeah. Oh,
Every
good.
show,
Yeah.
we have moments that we cut out.
Usually 48%
That-
Chuck.
They're just basically
that
Chuck
was a
moments.
moment.
Yeah, Chuck
Yeah.
moments.
It's
I
when
didn't
he
even
talks.
know Chuck was on this show.
Yeah,
until
no,
I got
hey,
here. I was
nice
like,
to
oh,
meet you
are?
guys.
Oh.
That's great. Thanks for coming in.
And then, of course, live with Kelly and Michael, they had the alarm go off during their show, and I've always wondered, live TV, what do you do?
What is that?
2015.
I feel like they should give away a prize.
It goes on for like 9 minutes, a fire alarm.
I thought it would be funny if he just crawled over her body trying to escape her tiny 80-pound body, just like
Throws
"I'm
her.
out."
Though with a high squeal of a girl.
So they never went to commercial during this ridiculous 9 minutes?
No, and as a producer, I certainly would have said, all right, let's just go to commercial and see what the hell is going on. No, they were like, keep talking.
This is great comedy, you guys. Go
Yeah.
with it.
Go with it. Good.
I'm going to tell you, I'm finding it hard to concentrate.
Oh, boy.
She's finding it
They're
hard to
getting-
concentrate.
yeah,
She normally is
updates.
really good with concentration, but
This is difficult.
So far in this Twin Cities Hit Show, we're approaching 100 episodes, and we've been everywhere from up north to down south. We haven't had an issue yet, but it will happen, Chuck. You wait.
we did this morning.
Oh, yeah, the Garden Show was
Yeah.
right up to airtime for us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Garden Show.
And they did some magic with all the microphones and headsets because,
Well,
it reminded me of this.
It's not as bad as this, and we made it on the air. So you've had a busy week, mister.
Yeah, last week I was headlining Acme Comedy Company, and then now this week I'm at the House of Comedy Mall of America with Reno Collier.
Nice.
So it should be
Nice.
fun. Yeah, it's been nonstop. I was on tour too the month before. May I was only home for like 6 days.
Wow.
Makes for a good marriage. Good luck with all that.
Yeah, well, Megan flew out. She flew out to Colorado, and then we were in California at the beginning of June. She flew out there, and we celebrated our 2-year anniversary because I'm a terrible husband, and I was booking business in California, and then realized it went over my anniversary, and I was like, Megan, who wants to go to California for our anniversary?
gift.
I just happen to have shows booked right around there too. But it was fun. I'd never been to Colorado too before to do comedy, and it's legal now. The marijuana there.
Comedy?
Comedy's legal?
And
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow.
and they're letting us tell jokes.
Wow.
So
Over
Thank
this
you.
dark underworld.
Thank you,
Yep.
Obama. Yeah.
Come
Yep,
here.
yep. It
Some
was
jokes in here.
They pushed that through with the marijuana bill.
Oh,
People
okay.
didn't
But
realize
gay
that.
comedy is still illegal there.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't even lisp in
No.
public. Hello.
So wow, yeah.
So were you different vibe then with the stoner audience?
They were okay. It was just weird because I didn't. It was like you could just buy weed and then walk around with it, and then if you jaywalk, only one of those was illegal. So then I just kept jaywalking. Then when you get arrested, when you get out of jail, they give you your weed back. That blew my mind. I was like, you shouldn't get this back, but it's your property, I guess.
There's some missing.
But yeah, it was fun.
This is this is your first time headlining at House of Comedy,
Well,
or
this-
at Acme.
Yeah, last week was my first full headline week, which was exciting.
Yeah, that's
I worked-
huge.
I worked my way up from the bottom, 3 minutes open mic, and then they bumped me up to MC feature. Then I co-headlined, and they're like, "Let's just give the kid his week.
Give the kid his week. You
so
go.
he'll go away." So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
How long have you been doing comedy? When did you start doing it?
10 years. I've been
Nice.
doing this. Yeah, since January 5th, 2005. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been good. This has been a good year. I think I hit my peak. I think it's all downhill
All
from
done.
now. I hit a
All
lot
done.
of a lot of things on my bucket
I think
list.
money just
so.
starts coming in at this point, right?
Well, yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
quick.
So
Yeah. If Megan weren't so supportive, I'd recommend a divorce, but I also recommend like an alcohol problem if you could.
An alcohol problem? Okay.
And then if you could get more conflicts with the other comedians, you're too nice.
Really?
Yeah,
So
just be a
feuds,
dick.
you need me. I need to get some feuds
Yeah. Mhm.
and really
Yeah.
hit rock
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
What if I buy a lot of Lego, like of Legos? Is
Uh-huh.
that?
Yeah, I think that's a start of something.
I think we
Some
all
type of
knew
problem.
that.
Yeah, I think we all knew. You're pretty notorious in the comedy scene for
Everyone knows
Legos.
about your Lego habit.
He'll ignore you and just build his sets. But
Yeah, so huge year.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Huge here.
Huge here.
Are you from Jersey all of a sudden?
Did you, if people were to follow you around, do your sets change, or is it, this is the set I'm doing right now?
Last week it was kind of the similar set because I was trying to get a tape, like a long headline tape. So
yeah.
I just kept, I wanted it to be good. But normally I'll try to rotate new stuff in constantly. Like now, since I had did that full, next time I go back, I want to have a bunch of new stuff. So I'll have to start writing again. More comedy jokes.
What has inspired some of the new stuff?
Mostly my mom, man. She's been so weird. She's the super hippie, so she's been doing river activation, which is weird. I called her and I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I activate rivers now." I was like, "Oh no, we're gonna put you in a home soon, aren't we?" Because she just gets crystals and goes to the mouth of the river and does a little ceremony and activates it.
I assume this was an app on a phone, but no, this is for real.
Then I was nervous. I was like, is someone teaching you how to river activate? Did you join a cult? Do I have to call 60 Minutes or something? She's like, I taught myself. And I was like, oh boy.
Oh, wow. How long has she lived in Colorado where pot is free?
No. She has a Vanagon, I think it's called, the pop-up tent. So she just drives around the country. But she started a Kickstarter for her river activation, and she earned $1,200.
Wow.
Yeah.
And no one can prove that she didn't activate the river. It's like, no, it's activated.
Yeah,
Obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah, how do you verify that?
That's what I asked her, because I was like, how do you know it's active? I was like, does it change color? Does it make do all the animals just show up out of nowhere, like the Lion King, the beginning of it? And just like, your river's been activated. You're welcome. Or people tubing down rivers, get extra drunk. Just man, you got to go on one of those activated rivers. You get super wasted on the activated rivers.
Do the Apple River.
Yeah.
Activate that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy. That river gets a little active.
Gross.
Deactivate that one.
Yeah. Deactivate the Apple River.
The other weird thing she did, she said she summoned a buffalo, which was my favorite thing that she's ever said. She's like, I summoned a buffalo. I was like, you just made a buffalo appear out of nowhere. Like one of those State Farm agents in the commercial.
Yeah.
She's like a good neighbor, a buffalo's here. Like, bam, there it is. But I asked her, I go, how'd you do it? She goes, I was camping in Yellowstone National Park, and I wanted to see a buffalo, so I just thought about buffalo a lot and wished it in, and she's like, you know what happened? I was like, you probably saw a buffalo. She's like, I did, because I summoned it. I summoned it right to me. I was like, nope, that's not what happened. I was like, the reason you saw a buffalo is because you were at Yellowstone National Park. That's where all the buffalo hang out. Like if you made one appear in downtown Minneapolis, then I know you have superpowers. But right now, you need to go activate some more rivers, get that power up.
She just left her garbage out, I think, was what happened on that camping trip.
She sounds interesting.
Yeah, she's the best because she's keeping me in business.
Yeah,
so
she is.
She can do all the weird things she wants as long as I can just talk about it.
Was she that way when you were growing up?
Yeah, she's always been weird. I came home from junior high once and she was just beating a drum upstairs. I was like, what is happening? She's like, just doing a ritual, getting my things in gear or whatever in order.
Activating the laundry.
Yeah.
Little known fact about Tommy, his best friend growing up was a buffalo.
Yep. So
So,
but no, she's cool. She's always been into nature and stuff. She took my old bedroom is now like an energy room. Like a lot of parents, they'll move their kid out and they'll put like exercise stuff in there. There's like a massage chair and just like 45 crystals. And I'm just like, what is happening?
Does she hang her laundry on it though?
No, it's like a really like weird spiritual room. So,
did it make you feel bad when your childhood room was deactivated?
Well, yeah, or super bad. I don't know. I don't know how. There's a lot of weird energy from growing up in there, though. She might not want to pick that room. Like I was a teenager.
We don't call that energy. We don't. That's
you activated the shit out of that room.
That room has been so activated.
Your mom goes in with her blue light activator. Whoa, that's getting a a lot of energy in here. On the ceiling? There's energy on the ceiling, Tommy.
Yeah, he was banging on a drum, all right.
So.
Yeah, that's great material. I know people always ask this, but has she seriously seen her act lately with all of her stuff in there?
Yeah, she came last week. She loves it.
Yeah,
she came with all of her energy. Because I don't do it like, I mean, I say like, oh, she's so goofy, but I throw in like, oh, I love her. Like, it's
I love
fun.
her, but
like,
she's definitely crazy.
But yeah, she knows what I do.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing.
And
It's
you know what
weird,
she does.
So.
So.
But
what
now
about
it's
your
getting more
father?
exposure. My dad is. Well,
She did a ritual sacrifice of him
Yeah.
about 12 years ago.
He's an insurance salesman. He's just as weird though, because he's they're not married anymore. But him and my stepmom, they go to like France once a year. All they do is walk. That's all they do now is go on walks. I've never for like his favorite thing to do is to do all three like lakes. And then go to like Minnehaha Park. They do to walk like 20 miles in like a day. Like,
does he walk Calhoun?
For Father's Day, and he plays disc golf. I bought him a disc golf bag, and then my sister just took him for a walk, and he liked that better. He's like, I went on the walk with him. I was like, I got you that sweet disc golf bag. He's like, but I went on a walk. I was like, you sound like a 90-year-old man.
You have to throw the disc so he can walk to get them.
Yeah,
it would have been the better part.
Yeah, I know.
Disc golf is kind of a hippie
Stoners,
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Stoner.
I thought when he asked me to play it, I was like, I think he's telling me he smokes pot. I should probably dig. But yeah, he loves it. But we've always done so. Like I go biking with him and disc golf. He was a big racquetball player and tennis player before, but it was more on like he didn't want to like injure his elbow or something.
Or his walking
whatever
legs.
Now he just disc golf. It's not a high injury sport.
Is he retired or still selling insurance?
He's on his way. He only works a couple days a week for his company, but
he's on his way out.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever. I don't know when he would ever. He'll probably retire someday, but he likes it. That's what he does.
Will you freak out if he turns a room into a crystal and drum beating room?
No, that wouldn't. I mean, it's fine. My parents could do whatever they want. My old room there, it's just filled with boxes and stuff.
He sells insurance out of it.
Yeah. I never went back. I moved out when I was 18 and never came back for like summers or anything. So
Is he around here?
I don't care what they do with my room. I don't. What?
Is he around here?
Yeah, they both. My mom lives in Southwest Minneapolis. He lives in Edina.
Okay.
Divorced? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got divorced when I was like 6.
Was that your fault?
Ago.
Is there any divorce jokes, humor that you do in the bit?
It was my fault. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Clearly.
They told me that. That's what's weird. Normally they don't. They get you the book like it's not your fault, but there was just tons like this is all your fault. I mean, like daily. Like we're probably when you move out, we're making your room into an energy room because we're upset with you. You ruined this beautiful love. So.
Wow.
Yeah. But
it's always the kid's fault, though. Really,
oh yeah,
isn't
for sure.
It is, right? It's always.
Yeah.
It's got to be. They always say it's not, but it must.
Mostly is.
I mean, it's probably more my sister's fault, but
no.
I mean, I took a blame. I didn't want her to feel so bad.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You're a
heavy
good brother.
burden.
Yeah, I blame my kids. Seriously.
No, my parents love my sister. That's why I can do stand-up. She went to Harvard, so they just let me do whatever I want. They're like, we got a good one.
Yeah.
We nailed it with her.
Yeah.
You are a weird little man. But
She went to Harvard?
Yeah, she went to Harvard for grad school. She went from community college to Harvard, which is crazy because she did post-secondary. So she went to Normandale Community College in high school got her. So when she graduated high school, she was already a sophomore in college. So, and then she went to the U, and then she went to... Then after that, she went to Harvard University for her master's degree.
And what?
And I don't know what it's some crazy title. She's told it to me twice. I'm like,
Something
I don't know what that
college-y.
is.
But it doesn't matter if you can just say it's from Harvard. I got a degree from Harvard.
It's pretty awesome.
Reviewing your credentials, Ms. Ryman, I see that you went to Normandale Community College and had a 3.4.
Yeah, how many people stop at the
I'm not good with
Normandale?
numbers.
College
How many
stuff.
employers go, just stop at Normandale? Yeah, no, next.
Right.
No, keep going.
Yeah, no, that
Don't-
gets better.
It
I
gets so much
swear.
better.
I feel like they should call her into Normandale all the time. They'll be like, I wonder how many people that started at Normandale.
Yeah.
I bet you I know.
I bet one.
One.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily. Normandale doesn't. It's not like dumb now because a lot of people go to community college because it's cheaper.
It's super
and they'll
smart.
get there.
I don't.
So,
I think it's wrong-headed.
How many
too.
have-
but I wonder.
How
but
many
it's
have
gotta
gone
be
the other
hard.
way? That's
Yeah.
even more sad.
And, I started Harvard, and then you just had to ease out of it a bit, and then I got my 2-year at Normandale, and I got a really good security job, so it's nice.
Don't you think though that it's kind of funny because you kind of go and you do it in high school, so you're saving money, and then you saved all this money, and you're like, screw it, I'm going to pay tuition at Harvard now.
Yeah.
I mean, all the money you saved plus some.
Well, we've killed just about an hour here today, folks. Tommy, where can we now see you?
Come see me at the House of Comedy this week. All the way through. We have shows on the 4th of July. Don't come to that one because I don't like. I don't know. That's crazy that they're doing it on the 4th. I'll do it. I'll do stand up, but
It's
I'm not.
very
Are you
nice.
gonna
I'm
do
not
Not sure
fireworks
who's
on
going to
stage?
come. I thought about bringing my own fireworks. Like, well, you wanted
Roman
to have
candles.
a show on the 4th. Here we go. I'm giving you your 4th of July show.
Hey, you
It'll be
six.
a whole White Snake fire thing. And
Yes.
But it should be fun. Reno Collier's going to be there, so
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good comedy show.
Especially on the 4th.
Yep.
Good.
Get there.
It's air
on the
conditioned in
4th.
there. There's our advertising. It's very nice, air conditioned. I don't think the mall was open on the 4th.
It was weird, but I'll show up. They hired
Okay,
me, so
yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
And Colleen, are you out there
I don't
doing
really have
jokes?
anything until August 1st at New Hope Cinema Girl. I'm
Nice.
there. Yeah.
Nice.
But otherwise, you can see me like dropping my kids off at practices,
Oh, yeah.
folding laundry,
Yeah.
Nice.
and
I love it when you
arguing
fold
with my
laundry.
husband. So
Oh,
come on out.
cute.
Come on out.
Well, we would like you to keep stopping by here whenever you can.
Sure,
Because
absolutely.
we're kind of on a summer rotation. Miss Shannon's got daycare issues.
Yeah, yeah.
No one will babysit her.
No. Yeah, no.
Anyway, we've got 2 shows tomorrow. Oh, we didn't even thank 3rd Street Brewery.
No, we didn't. 3rd Street Brewery. Blue and White Cab.
Blue and White Cab is our cab. Screw you, Uber. Blue and White is the
Yeah.
way to go.
They're the good ones.
Rarely get raped there.
We have licensed, vetted drivers with Blue and White Cab.
I just realized I gave Uber a whole ton of love earlier. I'm going to have to cut that out of the show.
Yeah. I don't even know what Uber is. I
Me
would not
either.
drive for them if they paid me.
Just replace it with blue and white.
Yeah, I really fed him. Blue and white. Because every time I use blue and white, it is so fantastic. In fact, it's, And then the Chart House is where all the fun will be tomorrow afternoon. All summer long, we're having a party on the patio. You guys should come down there once.
We'll pay you with free food and drink.
Yeah, free food and drink down at the
You
Chart
ever
House.
come down to the Chart House and sit?
We've
That sounds fun.
We got Mary Jane Alm coming up next week on the Chart House show.
Yeah.
Hesley Ray will once again be with us tomorrow afternoon, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks guys for coming in.
Thanks.
you.
Let's all book tickets to Cuba,
Yeah.
right? And we'll see you guys soon. All right. You need somebody to love. This is the real Freddie Mercury.